Every April 15th, many an otherwise loyal citizen is tempted to tell their government to go to hell. Well, what if the tables were turned and the government not only told its disruptive citizens this, but actually had the power to send them straight to the fiery pits? This is the frightening idea behind Take-Two's Hell, a cyberpunk thriller. The player takes the part of either Gideon or Rachel, former investigators for the theocratic government. Incidentally, this means that the church and state are one and the same, and it has nothing whatsoever to do with a guy named Theo. Anyway, our hero and heroine are now being pursued by their former employers. The official charge is sins against the state, but nothing more specific. Does the name Franz Kafka ring a bell? Eventually, of course, the player is damned to the title location. Well, technically only the character is, but there are some fundamentalist groups out there who might claim otherwise. If you thought it was difficult figuring out what was going on before, try it in the land of eternal torment. I understand the heat can be a mite distracting. For that matter, the mites... Oh, well, we're getting into a whole other unpleasant area here. As is often the case, the situation is not quite as cut and dried as your government would have you believe. Despite appearances, it's very likely that they don't actually have control over the nether regions, and have instead sent you to somewhere that just looks sufficiently evil to do in a pinch. This basic concept, combined with the gorgeous 3D studio graphics, would really make for an intriguing game. But Take-Two has also mixed in the talents of celebrities like Dennis Hopper, Grace Jones, Stephanie Seymour, and Jeffrey Holder, known universally as the Uncola Guy. Ha 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 ha! Kind of makes your mouth water, doesn't it? Dennis Hopper is certainly the most distinguished of this list. He's been working in film since Rebel Without a Cause in 1955 and has been seen as recently as this summer's action hit, Speed. In Hell, Hopper lends his voice to the role of Mr. Beautiful, a sinister, unpredictable wise guy first encountered in the back room of a speakeasy, but eventually following the player all the way to the Inferno. Supermodel Stephanie Seymour's name has been linked with that of Axl Rose all too often in recent headlines, but in Hell, she will prove once again that she's a formidable personality without any help from Guns N' Roses. Seymour plays Rachel, one of the two protagonists, and will be featured in full video in the game's introduction. Grace Jones has demonstrated her talents as a model, a singer, and an actress in such films as Boomerang, Vamp, and A View to a Kill. And her trademark combination of sensuality and brutality will play an important part in Hell. Jones takes on the role of Celine Salux, the leader of the Hand of God Party, which rules the United States in 2095. When players try to get information from the government-controlled computers, they will be answered by the familiar resonant tones of Jeffrey Holder. While his 7-Up commercials may come most readily to mind, he has also distinguished himself in such films as Boomerang and Live and Let Die. All in all, Hell, a cyberpunk thriller, promises a powerful combination of star power, political intrigue, horror, and good old-fashioned paranoia. It'll be making its way to your software store on October 1st, so you'll be sure to have a copy in time for Halloween.